Since Epiphany and her brother Isaiah were born, sickle cell disease has shaped their lives. She and Isaiah, who also had the disorder, spent their childhoods in and out of hospitals. Their mother became their strong and informed advocate. When Epiphany was a teenager, she lost her brother Isaiah to sickle cell-related complications. Several years ago, she also lost her mother. However, illness is not what defines Epiphany's family. In this episode, Epiphany and her father talk about the love they have for each other and the strength of their family.
My mother was an LPN studying to be an RN, and she knew what sickle cell looked like, and she knew she also had issues like kidney disease, spinal stenosis, Arnold-Chiari, which is a brain and spine disease. My dad, who I think he was like 15 years older than her, something like that, they didn't test in Jamaica back then for a sickle cell trait. That's where she met my dad. One day there'll be a movie on them and their love story. But anyways, yes, she was on vacation and she met my dad and they didn't test for trait. And she always said she would never marry anyone with the trait, never have any kids with someone with the trait because she knows how severe sickle cell is, but they never test back then, 60-something years ago in Jamaica. So they didn't know my dad was carrying the trait.
Epiphany, your mother had sickle cell?
The trait. My mom and my dad. It's basically like two halves make a whole. So if one parent has the trait, it's a half. Another parent has another half. They come together. Well, when both parents have the trait, it's 1 in 4 children would get the full-blown disease, but me and my brother got it.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, so when she had him, she fell into a coma, and while she was in a coma, they were basically like, your body's not gonna be the same again, you're not gonna be as strong, and definitely don't have kids. So that's why she got on the pill, and still, was expecting me, and they were like, get rid of this baby, the baby's gonna kill you. And she was like, that's not gonna happen. And even though, the stats say 1 out of every 4 children, they still tested and found out that I was gonna have sickle cell. But my mom was still gonna have me because I was already in the womb. I was already coming. But then after that, it was like, there was she was not having any more kids. Like, we begged for brothers and sisters, but she was like, she can't do it. Like, even adopting was a no for her because we were always in the hospital. And she said it wouldn't be right to have another child and be split between being in the hospital with Epiphany and Isaiah or the child without sickle cell. Because we were sick, they came to the United States. My mother was told, like, you need to get a sickle cell specialist. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And there's either go to Albany or go to Westchester Medical Center. So Westchester Medical Center was just quicker. So majority of the time, like, she would take us to the hospital. She would stay the night. There's some things that he would do, like, he's a Rastafarian, which is a religion, very spiritual, Mother Earth black oil, healing oil for our joints and our backs. Like he would rub that on us. Heating pads, mint tea for stomach aches. Like he was there in that respect, like when we were home, but he probably couldn't name everything that's going on with me right now.
Do you think he was overwhelmed?
Oh, most definitely. 110% culture shock.
Well, she had the nursing background.
Yeah, that too. And then she gave up that to take care of us. We were hospitalized like over 100 times. Around the same time my brother died, well, okay, first it was my grandmother, then a year later my brother, then like 2 years later my grandfather, then my godmother. It was just a stream of deaths back to back to back. And me getting sick, my mom getting sick, that's what made my dad kind of like step up to the plate and like come in to, doctor's offices more with me. My brother died 13 years ago, sickle cell complications. He was 16, I was 15. We were like twins. And it was weird because like we had this also psychic bond. If he would get sick, I would get sick, like kind of twin vibe. Like we had that.
Mom is still alive?
She passed away almost 2 years ago.
It's a long story because the mom is not here now, but I am here. I am here, and I'm so glad to meet upon his mother too, her mother at least. My sister, friend, they come down to Jamaica, spend some time. She was a lady. She bring me two beautiful kids, and as long as life lasts with me, they all will be in my memory.
And your wife was a nurse.
She was an RN.
She was studying to be an RN, but she was an LPN.
Yeah, right. She graduated at Harlem Hospital. But she come down with illness also with her brain and her spine.
Arnold Chiori. And she also had spinal stenosis.
Yeah, she go through a lot.
On top of kidney disease. Yeah.
Just to talk about what she represented in that era when there wasn't enough knowledge, and yet your mom knew what was happening much more, right? Mm-hmm. How was that for her at that time? What, did she have to fight for what?
Oh, yeah.
So how did she do that? Tell us a little bit about her. She sounds so amazing.
She was a huge advocate. And one of the most important things about being an advocate is like having time to do so. And like the reason why she didn't become an RN is because she gave it up to take care of us. She would know when the doctors are gonna make their rounds. So she's like, okay, you're gonna make your rounds at 10 a.m. I'm not gonna have breakfast until after you made your rounds. Like I won't go to the cafeteria until I know I saw you. And I know that my children have gotten to speak to you.
So she was dedicated.
Oh yeah, no, she was most definitely dedicated. And like, even checking in on us, sometimes you go on like autopilot on how you're feeling, and having someone ask you like how are you doing? Like, are you in pain? Like, what's your number?
And eventually, 2006, on a Friday morning, Thursday, they went up the hospital, Westchester Medical Center.
Both.
The both of them. And the doctor looked at them. I wasn't there. They said, but you guys looking okay. You guys looking fine. And they come home the Thursday. I was downstairs. And I come upstairs the Friday morning. My wife said, your son is up here sick. I said, okay, let's get him back to Westchester Medical. And I tried to give him something to eat. He said, Dad, I can't eat nothing. I feel like if I sleep and when I wake up, I will feel much better. And the my mother drive my son to the hospital. She was home. On the Sunday, they called me, say, my son fall into convulsion. Now first, a friend of mine called me every time and said, let's go to the hospital. I said, I got to wait on my wife to call me because my son need certain thing to eat. And I cannot go away until my wife called me. He said, come on, man, let's go up the hospital. I said, I got to wait. And if I did go with him that time, I would go to see my son, see him for the last word, but I never go. I'm waiting on my wife to call me to say, okay, bring Isaiah roast breadfruit and his ackee or whatever come. Or Auntie Russia's up there. She couldn't stand when she see her brother. I got to go up there and zip out my son out of a dead bag. He was gone. They got to take her away to a different room. And the mother was there, but she left to buy something for my son. That's when he wake up, he could get something. So when the mother come there now, to come and find a dead son. From that, things go that way. One time she gets sick, and she gets sick so badly. It's like it's only the presence of the Father could make she get strong. So I go up there one evening and she see me and she said, Daddy, 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 come here, Daddy, I'm sick. And I hug her up and start to cry and kiss her. And I see she get her feel a little better. And she go through all different crises. But she's strong and the Almighty is with her. The Father with her, giving her the strong healing power that she may overcome all these illness. Because when she graduated, before she got graduate, everyone congratulate her. Because she's promising, not only to me alone, universally she's promising. Right? And she's not a selfish person. She's for everyone.
She's a leader.
Yeah, she's a leader.
Yeah.
She's not a follower.
No.
She's a leader. You know, and God give her strength to see her here. I love her so much. And she's an angel. And she's so precious, not to just me alone, to each and every one.
I feel like family is for love and support and shaping people. Family can also be like your community, people that hold space for you, to be there for you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And my family has, like my mom and my dad and my brother, like definitely have been that for me. I feel like without them, I would probably be dead by now. I think they definitely shaped how strong I am, how loving I am. Without them, I probably wouldn't be here. I probably, like, my soul wouldn't want to hold on. Yeah.